Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I'll be showing you how to access every single one of the hidden vehicles in War Thunder. This works for both PC and console, so really you can do it if you play Xbox, PlayStation 4, or again, PC. And this will work with almost every vehicle that's been taken out of the game, including the Maus, Tandem MAI, the German Sherman, the Ersatz M10, you name it, it will probably be playable. There might only be one or two vehicles that are not. Unfortunately, these are only available for you to be able to test drive around the test drive track. However, it is really cool to see exactly how these things fly, how they drive on the ground if they're tanks. It's just a really nifty feature. That being said, please like, comment, subscribe, but either way, let's get into it. So step number one, this is a very important step, obviously. Make sure that you are logged into the game, you have it open. You can minimize the game if you're on PC, if you're on PlayStation or Xbox or whatever console Gaijin decides to bring this game to in the future. Obviously, you can keep this open, but you will need to be in-game before you can even start this process. Okay, so from the game, you'll want to go to the War Thunder wiki, and this is the address wiki.warthunder.com, and from there, you'll want to log in, and you can log in using your regular Gaijin account. It's actually pretty easy. All that you have to do is click Show in Game, and you'll get it. I'll switch over to a different vehicle here, just so you can kind of see it, kind of switch. There's a few that I'd like to go over, so number one, if you're a PC player, you don't get the chance to use this. So the XM1 Chrysler, really cool. And once you click show in game, it should show this vehicle is shown in the game window. From there, you open the game back up and voila, here you go. You have your XM1 Chrysler. And as you can see, if you're a PC player, this thing is very unusual compared to the regular XM1 GM that you're used to. In fact, most people probably have the XM1 GM compared to the Chrysler. This is a really interesting model, and I'll go over one other one other vehicle that's really interesting in my opinion as well. But you can also access the Maus like this, but one more vehicle and then I'll kind of wrap up the video. So that last vehicle, of course, is going to be the German Sherman, the M4748A. This is actually, believe it or not, the first Sherman ever in War Thunder. It wasn't even an American Sherman. This is an M4A2. Looks really cool. It doesn't actually have all of its modifications, but if you go into test drive, you can click on this. As you can see, you can go into test drive it. You can use whatever you'd like. Of course, you can't just put on whatever camouflage you'd like. It should, if I'm not mistaken, switch back, but you can go into test drive, use your favorite vehicles like that. And as you can see, it equips all the modifications, especially if they are premium. So this is a really cool system, and it gives you access to using a lot of interesting vehicles. Again, one of the first examples that I had, Tandem MAI, and I'll just kind of switch to the other view real quick. So all that said, just to cap off the video, go crazy. Seriously, research your tech trees, look at your tech trees, see what is on here and what's not in-game, because you will be able to find tons of vehicles that you had no idea were even removed from the game. For example, the M24TL, as you can see here, this is a special version of the M24 Schäfer. You have the German ground forces, a great example of this. The M10 Ersatz, I love this vehicle. It is somewhere around, well, I can't really see right now, but the M10 Ersatz right here, this is a great vehicle that you can have a ton of fun with, especially in sim, because it's in Panther that is designed to look like an M10. Or go to the aviation, you can go to Russian aviation, you can unlock the PO2 for test drive, which is really cool because there's not every single plane, or every single vehicle rather, that you can use for hidden vehicles is going to be a premium vehicle. There are some in the regular tech tree. The regular TU2, for example, if I'm not mistaken, if I can find it right here, this is on the right side of the tech tree, but this is actually a hidden vehicle and is, believe it or not, one of the rarest vehicles in game. So there are tons of opportunities to just use crazy vehicles. The Tandem MAI is another good example of that you would otherwise never be able to use. And one final thing to note is that almost every single one of the hidden vehicles is going to be from the American, USSR, or German air-ground tech trees. However, Great Britain and Japan have a few, but any of the newer nations, specifically China, Italy, France, Sweden, and Israel, typically will not have many, if any, removed vehicles, hidden vehicles, simply because they are newer, and a lot of the vehicles that were removed from the USA, Germany, USSR, Great Britain, even Japan, a lot of those were prototype vehicles or one-off vehicles, maybe special time vehicles. The BF-109Z, for example, is one of those for the German Air Force's tech tree. It was actually, if I'm not mistaken, built, but it was destroyed on the runway during a bombing raid. So there are a lot of vehicles like that where they were built, but they were removed from the game because Gaijin just felt like maybe it's better off being a one-time offer or whatever the case may be. So this is where the bulk of your vehicles are going to be, your hidden vehicles, but more so in the big three countries. So one final important thing to note here is that there is more or less a cheat list showing you all the hidden vehicles, all the removed vehicles in game. It's really simple. It's right here on the wiki. I will include this link down below, but if not, you can click wiki.warthunder.com/category:"hidden_vehicles" and it should bring you there. Now, if you don't want to go there, and this is the list of all the removed or the hidden vehicles, there are a bunch of removed vehicles as well, gift aircraft, ships, so on and so forth. You can't really use the removed vehicles, but it does bring you to interesting things, like for example the SPS-255, which is basically a potato gun Sherman. Very fun event. And then you can go check out all the gift vehicles. Some of these are no longer, if I'm not mistaken, available in game, so definitely check that out. But if you do not, just go ahead and find this. Obviously, you can use the search engine, click hidden vehicles, War Thunder Wiki, it'll bring you right there, or click this, special pages, categories, hidden vehicles, and it should be number 2, and it'll bring you right there. So it's a really useful thing, especially if you want to find all of the hidden vehicles and some of the rare vehicles that you might not otherwise be able to find in game. So a good example of that, just before I kind of finalize this video, BF-109Z, you cannot normally see that in the tech tree. It would be a gift aircraft, but it is not here in the hidden vehicles for whatever reason. So definitely a really, really cool feature. With that all said, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please remember, like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the dealio. Tell me in the comments below what vehicles you're most excited to test drive. I know for me, I really love test driving the Ersatz M10. That was my vehicle that I've always wanted to use, and I actually have gameplay on it online because as a content creator, I do get those test drives for in-game matches. So thank you guys. As always, that means the world to me, and you know, it is a really cool privilege to be a content creator for War Thunder with you guys watching my videos. Either way, thanks again, everyone, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.